If you're watching this video, you have probably seen this guy just about everywhere. It's the new Motorola Razr. The unique selling point about this phone, obviously, is the huge external display. Motorola saying it's the biggest on any flip phone ever. This is meant to be the main gimmick of the device, but I have seen no one truly push it to the limits. So that is what I plan to do today. I've set myself a challenge that I am sure you will enjoy watching. For the next 24 hours, I'll be exclusively using the outer screen on the Razr Plus. No cheating, no unfolding, just 1 day straight of only external screen use. Right now I'm at US Mobile headquarters, but I'll be working from home tomorrow, so it'll be really interesting to see how this plays out. Can this phone handle all my personal and professional needs? Let's find out. I set my alarm for 2 p.m. the following day and got to customizing my home screen. Interestingly, the external home screen doesn't mirror the one inside, giving you the freedom to personalize it separately. The variety of clock faces available is a nice touch. After some browsing, I picked out my favorite. With my US Mobile SIM card ready, I was all set to start my 24-hour challenge. And so, my day began, and well, it was not without its struggles. Now, before I jump into all the difficulties I faced, I have a confession to make. I failed this challenge rather quickly. The moment I got to my desk and went to connect my headphones to the Razr Plus, I realized that you can't access the settings app at all while using the cover screen. I knew I couldn't last a full day without my music, so after just an hour, I had to break the only rule of the challenge and open up the phone. While I was there, I figured I'd address another initial problem I faced. The default font size was too small for me. I had to dive into the settings and increase the font size for a more comfortable experience. Typing took some getting used to while I adjusted to the unusually large chin bezel, which imposes due to the camera sitting at the bottom. After typing here and there throughout the day, my fingers got the hang of it eventually. I have noticed that the Razr Plus screen automatically dims when I take it out of my pocket or depending on where my hands are while using it. It looks like the ambient light sensor is located around the camera area, which has got to be causing this unintentional dimming. Most any smartphone design would keep the ambient light sensors at the top for this reason, but this might just be an inherent flaw with clamshell foldables. Hanging out at home, I played around with the bite-sized games that come pre-installed. A nice homage to the fun flip phone games that were popular during the Razr's early reign. And it's really nothing to write home about. However, the Razr Plus can run most fully fledged apps and games on the little outer screen, but more on that later. This one might be the most obvious, but the only kind of photos you can reliably take are going to be selfies. Lots of selfies. There were certainly a handful of difficulties that came with doing this challenge, but that's not to say the whole day was a total bust. I mean, I did break the one and only rule of the challenge pretty quickly, but let's put that aside for a sec. There was something very satisfying about the compact nature of it. It almost felt like a high-tech passport. Let's talk about my guilty pleasure, YouTube. I'll be honest, when I first thought about watching my favorite channels on this tiny screen, I had my doubts. But there I was, on the train, pleasantly surprised. The video fit the screen just right, making it really enjoyable. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Walking around, watching videos in public, there's always been this, let's call it the internet addicted menace feeling. You know, that awkward sense that you're too engrossed in your phone, disconnected from the world around you. With the Razr Plus, that chronically online feeling was significantly less. The video player is the same size as it would be when viewed vertically on a normal display, but in a smaller package. So it's more like you're multitasking between the digital world and real life without the usual head buried in phone vibes. Everybody wants to rock their phone caseless, but there's always been that looming fear of wrecking the massive protruding cameras that most phones have nowadays. In between daily phone functions like making phone calls and checking emails, it was really satisfying to place the Razr Plus down without fear of scuffs or scratches due to the lack of a camera bump. The smaller size screen was actually beneficial for moments like setting and waking to alarms, morning news briefing, and checking the weather. You don't want to be blinded by a large bright screen during those more sensitive times. I felt much calmer using the Razr Plus during my morning yoga practice as compared to when I used to use a MacBook Pro, which had unfortunately been destroyed by my kitty's curious teeth. That right there is a fatal wound that killed this whole laptop display. RIP. The foldable form factor was really ideal for this purpose. Viewing angles were like that of a laptop, but without all the extra bulk and fragility. Similarly, it was great to have a video propped open at a comfortable viewing angle while pouring my morning brew, getting ready for the day. Things went well for the rest of the day. Small tasks were no problem, but of course, I had to push it to the limits with some gaming. Here's the scoop on gaming with the Razr Plus outer screen. Pokemon Go ran great, albeit with pretty tiny text and buttons. Sonic the Hedgehog, on the other hand, felt more natural, with its bold retro graphics and extremely simple controls. Games that take a lot of reading, multi-touch tapping, or intricate gestures are not the best choice here. Rest assured knowing that the Razr Plus can run any app at full speed, and you're not stuck with the lackluster mini games collection it comes with. So it'll take some experimentation, but there is potential here for quick gaming on the go. Once 2 p.m. rolled around, I struggled to stop the alarm on the poorly optimized clock app UI. Once that was settled, I came back home to gather my thoughts. Is exclusively using the Razr's external screen practical? Well, because it's a hybrid device, it doesn't need to be. And to explicitly answer that question, no, it's not. But what it does do is unlock a world of convenience that's unique to this particular device. The Razr Plus succeeds at giving you options. While every app doesn't feel fully optimized or maybe a little out of place, it's the freedom of choice that's really compelling. There were strengths and struggles, but ultimately I'm grateful to have the opportunity to explore using a smartphone in different ways. So with 2 screens and a whole lot of apps, it's up to you to find your flow and works best for you. Hey, Future Anthony here. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I'm interrupting this outro for a very special announcement regarding this video. US Mobile is going to be giving away the Razr Plus that you saw. Yes, this very phone that I used for the challenge could be all yours. I've sneakily hid a code in the video that you can type in to get extra entries when the contest goes live. There will be plenty of other ways to win, so stay tuned, subscribe here, follow us on social media, all links are in the description below, and stay posted for when this giveaway goes live. Wishing you the best of luck. I've been Anthony with US Mobile, happy connecting, and I'll see you very soon with this giveaway update.